welcome to another exciting review of Winning with People by John C Maxwell. And in today's review, we are going to be examining the Foxhole Principle. Have you heard of the Foxhole Principle before? So this is simply the power of having a friend who sticks closer to you than a brother. But the question you must ask yourself is this: am I a friend that others depend on during difficult times? This principle emanated from, the U.S. Marine when Chuck Swindoll said that in the U.S. Marine, he was taught to dig a foxhole big enough for a friend. And what that meant was that if you're a soldier, if you are at the war front, it is dangerous for you to be alone. What if the enemy attacks you unexpectedly, right? It is always important to always have soldiers who will be there for you, who would fight your battle with you, who would help you. That was the idea of the foxhole. When John Maxwell heard this, he said that it really stuck with him, that this is a very great principle when it comes to our relationships with other people. And just like the Bible says in the book of Ecclesiastes, when Solomon says that two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, one will lift up his companion. But woe to him who is alone when he falls, for he has no one to help him up. Again, if two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one be warm alone? Though one may be overpowered by another, one can withstand him. For a threefold cord is not quickly broken. This means that if you are going through life alone, it is dangerous, it is unhealthy, right, to be doing life alone. Is there any friend that you can depend on? That is the question that I'm asking you. And again, are you a dependable friend? Can you stick very close to somebody that you call your friend? We have an example here, an example of two guys who started Yahoo in February 1994. Their names, Jerry Yang and David Philo. They just started it as something not so serious. And before they knew it, the company started gaining ground. So what did they do? They brought in people to help them to cement their vision and also to carry the vision forward. So they brought in Tim Kugel, and Tim Kugel brought in Jeffrey Mallet. And before they knew it, the four of them grew Yahoo to a very big company. It became a multi-million-dollar company. A company that started out with less than 10 employees now became a renowned company. That is what a foxhole is simply about. You being able to work with people to achieve your dreams. It just makes life better. Imagine if you're alone. Maybe take, for instance, as a single person, you just never know the power that comes from being married. Or maybe but until you are married, you may, and I'm talking about being happily married. I'm not talking about just being married because you want to be married. You just never know how much how far that can really go in life, how much it can help you when you have somebody who you can rub minds with, somebody, a shoulder to lean on, somebody to cry to, somebody to rant to, somebody to help you. No wonder the Bible says help meet. When you don't have anybody in life, nobody is rooting for you, nobody is standing up for you, nobody is fighting your battle for you, you are just alone. It is not good. In life, it is not something that is good. So let us look at some facts about foxholes. Number one, the foxhole is for you and a friend. When we talk about foxhole, we're not talking about you alone. It means that you are in that foxhole with somebody who is trustworthy, somebody who is reliable, somebody who would go to any length for you. So it is not just a friend alone. You are not handing over the battle of your life to that person. You are in the same battle with this person. So being in a foxhole with somebody does not mean that you put all your problems on them. oh, give me money, oh, pray for me, oh, do this, while you fold your hands and do nothing. When Jerry Yang and David Philo brought in Tim Kugel and Jeffrey Mallet into their company, into Yahoo, they did not walk away, they did not fold their hands. They did that together, and that was why the company became so successful. Number two, before the battle, you must have developed friendship. So the Foxhole Principle is not talking about you using people, or maybe just like what they call a fair weather friend. No, you are not only sticking around them when things are good for them. So you must have been friends with them. You must have shown them that, oh, you really care about them, so that when problem arises, they'll already see you as a friend. Unfortunately, a lot of people just want they want other people to help. Immediately they are in trouble, without building relationship first, without building friendship first. You are not showing up for people, you are not there for them, you don't even say nice things to them, you don't check up on them. And when you are in trouble, all of a sudden you want them to go all out for you. It doesn't work that way. You need to be a friend before you ask for the help of a friend. You too, are you a friend? That's the question. Number three fact. You you have also been in your friend's foxholes with them. So if you want somebody to help you, have you also been helping them? That is the question. You should be willing to fight for any friend whose help you would request. We live in a world where so many people are selfish, right? You want people to dash you money, you want people to be there for you, you want people to attend your parties, but are you also there for them? The Foxhole Principle does not work that way. You must also be there for people. Foxholes without friends are unhealthy. It means that you are in the hole all alone. You are going to be frustrated. You are carrying the burden of the world on your shoulder alone. Separating yourself from others and trying to face the world alone is not healthy or helpful. Right, there is a saying that friends can be good medicine, and this came from the California Department of Mental Health. They came up with this slogan: friends can be good medicine. When you're alone in this world, people who always do things alone feel depressed. They feel suicidal. They just feel that everybody hates me. I'm all alone, nobody to help me. Are you also helping people? Nobody to support me. Are you also supporting people? So the departments came up with this slogan, friends can be good medicine. And before they came up with this, they made some findings. And one of the findings is that if you isolate yourself from others, you are 2 to 3 times more likely to die an early death. And it is true. How do I know it is true? I've seen and I've heard of a couple of people who did not live long after they lost their spouses. Yes. In fact, there is somebody that I know whose mom is in coma, and they are not even sure if she's going to survive. How did she get into coma? Her husband died, and immediately she heard the news, she went into coma. I also remember the case of a man who died, and as they were preparing his burial, his wife also passed on. So they had to bury both of them at the same time. In fact, I also remember another one who died in December, and just last month, they buried him and his wife. His wife died like 2 months after he passed on. So some people cannot handle being alone, loneliness. They cannot handle it, separation. That's why it is also not good to be separated from your spouse, divorce. People preach against divorce because it is not a good thing. Some Gen Zs may keep shouting, I don't mind. If the marriage does not work out, I'm going to quit. I'm going to go my own way. Don't let anybody lie to you. It is never easy on them. Of course, there are exceptions of maybe when there is abuse or anything like that. Your life is under threat. You have to run. Don't even walk away. You run. Right? But in some cases, or maybe in most cases, irreconcilable differences can be reconciled. Because after people are divorced and separated, they now see that there is nothing out there. I hear you too. There is nothing out there, right? You just have to make your home what you want it to be. So if you are divorced, separated, or widowed, you have a 5 to 10 times greater chance of being hospitalized for a mental disorder than if you are married. That is one of the findings. If you isolate yourself from others, you are most likely to contract terminal cancer. That is another finding, right? So the foxhole experience forged great friendships. And this is something you have to cultivate intentionally. John Maxwell said when he suffered a heart attack, his good friend said to him, his good friend Jack said to him that you are working too hard. You don't know how to say no to people. You're always saying yes to everybody, and so you overwork yourself. That is why you had a heart attack. Don't worry. I know you find it difficult to say no to people. You don't want them to get offended. I'm going to say no on your behalf. And you are not going to be roped in. They are not going to see you as a bad person. I will make sure that you are not involved in any way. Let the entire burden be on me. I will say no on your behalf. And he started doing that. And that gave John Maxwell a great relief. But what happened? This his friend Jack lost his son-in-law unexpectedly. John Maxwell was also there for him, because Jack had been there for him when he needed him the most. He said that was the least he could do for a friend. So he crawled into his foxhole with him. He crawled into his problem, into his predicament with him. That, see, we're going to mourn the death of your son-in-law together. I'm not going to let you be by yourself. That is what the Foxhole Principle is about. You are there for people, people are there for you, without any selfish motive, not for what you can get from them. Foxhole proves friendship. As the old saying goes, in prosperity, we know our friends. No, in prosperity, our friends know us. But in adversity, we know our friends. Yoruba people would say, Igba iponju la more. That means it is only in adversity that you know true friends. When you face tough times, you find out who your true friends are. When the going is good for you and people are all over you, watch it. May just be because of what they can get from you. And I hope you are also not that kind of a person to others who is all over them just because of what you can get. The Foxhole Principle is about a faithful friend. You may have many friends, but not all of them will be foxhole friends. That's the truth. Some people have fair weather friends. Some are just there, you know. So when it comes to foxhole friends, they are few, very, very, very few. In fact, you may not have more than one, but you know that, this one friend, she's always there for me. Come rain, come shine. If there are people in your life who would go to battle with you, value them, for they are rare indeed. Foxhole friends are rare. They'll be like, don't worry, your problem is my problem. Your joy is my joy. Your sadness is my sadness. And they mean it. They don't pretend. They don't gaslight you. They don't lead you on. They don't raise your hopes in vain. Foxhole friends provide strength before and during the battle. Anybody can be there for you when you are going through tough times. When people die, that's when everybody will be typing, oh, R.I.P. May your soul rest in peace. But when they knew that this person was sick, did they send a message? When this person was suffering, before she died of hunger, did they try to provide food? So a foxhole friend is somebody who is there for you before you encounter a problem. They don't only show up when the problem is there. Before the problem comes, they are there. They're always checking up. They may not see you all every day, but they're always checking up. They like your post. When you know, they say nice things about you. They send you random messages. Oh, I care about you. Things like that. They are indeed rooting for you. Right. It is not so much of philosopher Epicurus stated that it is not so much our friends' help that help us, but much more the confident knowledge that they will help us. When you know that somebody will always be there for you, that in itself gives you great joy. That I'm not yet in problem, but I know that anytime I'm in trouble or whatever, this one person will be there for me. That alone speaks volumes. So you can remember your teacher, your friends, your parents, your coaches, or that person who trusted you, that you would always be there, who believed in you, that you would make it in life. Value them. They help you to be where you are today. Imagine if everybody had condemned you or told you that you can never amount to anything. So the people who made great impacts in your life, value them. Don't ever forget them. They are your foxhole friends. Number three, foxhole friends see things from the same perspective. They will not judge you. They will cry with you when you cry. When you say yes, they will see your yes as yes. They will see your no as no. They will see your black as black and your white as white. Even if they are going to criticize you, they are not going to do it in the presence of everybody. They will share the same perspective with you. They are not there to embarrass you or disgrace you or to condemn you and ridicule you in front of people. They will share your perspective. They will try and see things from your own point of view, not always antagonizing you. Then foxhole friends make a difference in our lives. The people who fight the great battles of life with us make a huge impact in our lives. People who are always there for you. Foxhole friends love us unconditionally. They can keep your secrets. They are not going to gossip about you. They are not going to badmouth you. Right? They can keep your secrets. They will never divulge your secret to anybody, even if they are tempted or tortured. You know, they will easily destroy something that they know is bringing you pain. They know that there is a picture in your house that is causing you pain. They will quietly go and destroy it so that you don't see it again, because they want your happiness. They know that you don't know what you are talking about, but they will let you reach a conclusion independently. They will root for you even when you are not confident of yourself. They will go on the same diet with you. They will fight for you and so on. The love is just unconditional. And we're going to end with the story. They will even face danger with you. Right. Now let's end with this story that was told by Leslie D. Weatherhead. He said that there were two friends who were soldiers, and on this particular day on the battlefield, one of the friends was getting seriously injured on the battlefield, and his friend, his foxhole friend, saw him from afar and he wanted to go and rescue him, but the officer in charge gave him an order not to go, but he still went anyway. And then he succeeded in carrying that his friend who was being injured on his back, and as he was going back to safety, he also became injured. Probably he was shot or something. And the officer who gave an order said, "But I told you not to go. Now it is not worth it. I am going to lose both of you. Now your friend is dead. You are also going to die because you have been badly injured." And guess what this soldier said? He said, "It is all worth it, because when I got to him, he said to me, 'Jim, I knew you would come.'" And that in itself gave him fulfillment, satisfaction. Before his friend passed on, he said to him, "Jim, I knew you would come." Can you be that kind of friend to somebody, at least to one person? Unlike what faced these two men, the conflict you face may not be on the battlefield. They may not be life and death. But no matter what, wouldn't you prefer to face them with a friend at your side? If so, be a foxhole friend to others, the kind of friend that others can trust no matter what. Yes, we all want that foxhole friend, but can you also be that foxhole friend to somebody? It just makes the world a better place. Yes, God will indeed help every one of us. Thank you so much for joining me on this review tonight. Please don't forget to like this video, share your comments with me, and please subscribe to this channel in case you yet subscribe. I remain Olaide Agbaje, also known as First Lady, and on this channel, I inspire you to live intentionally. I'll come your way again tomorrow by God's grace as we review the gardening principle. It's going to be another interesting review. Until then, be intentional. Bye.